So while recently cleaning up my grandmother's house, I acquired a little project. My uncle had a couple of these kicking around and didn't want them anymore and said I could have them, and they're not in too great a shape, and they need some work. So let's see what we got. First things first, got this old beat up, well, it's currently only a 3-string banjo. It's got some major issues with it here. Still makes some noise. It's had some work done to it in the past. But yeah, it needs some work. We'll see what we can make out of that. I think this is going to be just a project to have something to work on. I'm not sure we'll get much out of that that's usable. This guy, check this out. This is a mandolin banjo. It's got 8 strings, like a mandolin. It's tuned like a mandolin, but it's a banjo. This one is in much better shape. It's got some couple concerns with it, aside from the 40 years of grit and grime on it. It's got some issues with the neck angle. The bridge has been replaced, and I think it's too short. I don't know if you can pick this up in the video, but it looks like there's not nearly enough angle from the bridge to the tailpiece. And the let's get this turned over here so you can see if you can see it. The strings are about a mile high off of the neck here, and they're not on this end, so I think, based on the fact that the bridge is so low and there's a lot of room there, I'm thinking that the neck has been lowered. Probably needs to be raised, and perhaps the angle changed a little bit. I'll have to dig into that and figure out what I'm going to do there. Also, there's a minor issue here. If you can see, this neck extension is kind of, let me see if I can get the camera at a good angle. The neck extension is kind of flopping around here. Not really too good. It looks like somebody maybe been chewing on that. Right here by my thumb, you can see where the fingerboard's been chewed off so that it'll fit over that ring, and there's a big gap down here. Kind of thinking somebody went a little crazy with a handsaw and tried to make this thing work. Tried to make it fit in a way that it wasn't supposed to fit. So this guy seems to be in pretty decent shape. I think we'll be able to make something out of him. Looking at this guy some more, looks like this tailpiece might have been borrowed from a 5-string banjo. It's got an extra string catch on there. And if we flip him over and look at him like this, see if I can get a wide enough shot, you'll notice the bar coming across does not line up with the tailpiece. Something here is off center, and somebody's got an extra hole there. We got a couple of clips missing, so we'll have to see. I think this one's just going to be a project to learn on and play around with, but that's where they are now. I'm going to start tearing this guy apart, see what I can get out of him, see what the condition of the headstock is underneath this aluminum plate. We've got a piece of aluminum here instead of a nut where the nut should be, and somebody's done some work on it, that the string holes are a little too, string grooves are a little too big for these strings, so I might buy a pre-made nut, stick it in there. I might also try putting a piece of wood on here and maybe carving something a little fancier looking headstock and get rid of this kind of straight sides. And these are decent tuners. Tuner pegs look decent. They seem to function, but I might, since if I'm going to modernize the headstock, I might also get some more modern tuners as well. The frets are really goobered up, but there's no apparent damage to any of them. They're just dirty, 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 dirty. So, well, that's what we got. I will check in later when I made some progress.